Hello, my name is Jasmine Lloyd, and today I'm going to be talking about the process of purchasing a home and why it's so important. The steps to purchasing a home is so important. You don't want to just jump into it. It's something that takes time to really develop and figure out what is the best circumstance for you in your situation. So I'm going to go over the things that you need to know and the best way to go about purchasing a home. The reason why this is so important for me and I want other people to know is because I actually purchased a home recently and I kind of jumped into it without knowing the full background, I would say, of everything that comes with purchasing a home. And I don't really like my location. I'm not going to say I don't love it. And you want to make sure that where you are, it's something that you love because, again, it's a big investment. It's not something you want to shorthand. For starters, I'm going to talk about why it's important to have your finances in order before even searching for a home. Second, I'm going to talk about setting a budget and finding the perfect home within that budget. And then the last step is just finalizing the deal and making your move. To me, the most important step is having your finances in order. Your credit score is the ultimate factor, the determination point of what type of house you will be getting. That as well as the down payment. But your credit score will determine how much interest you will be paying on the home you're purchasing because you are going to be taking out a loan from the bank. So you just want to make sure that you have a good enough credit score to get you into a good home that you want at an affordable price. To me, the most important step is having your finances in order. Your credit score is the ultimate factor, the determination point of what type of house you will be getting. That as well as the down payment. But your credit score will determine how much interest you will be paying on the home you're purchasing because you are going to be taking out a loan from the bank. So you just want to make sure that you have a good enough credit score to get you into a good home that you want at an affordable price. Now, let's say you had a good credit score, maybe I want to say 650 or above. You are pretty much in good standing and you won't have a high interest rate, most likely, depending on the house you're looking at. But you shouldn't have a high interest rate, as well as your down payment might be pretty affordable. Now, let's look on the other end. If you had a not so good credit score, you would be looking at more for an interest rate, which is ultimately you're paying more for the house, and it could be thousands of dollars that you're paying just because of a credit score. So, my suggestion if you did have bad credit, I would clear my debt before I started to even save for a home. So, that is step number one. The next step to purchasing a home is setting a budget and looking for homes within that budget. It would be unfortunate if you didn't have a budget and you go search for a home without really an ideal plan and you see a home that you fall in love with and you absolutely have to have it. But then you go backwards, kind of, and you go and put your numbers together and you figure out that the home that you love is not within your budget. So that's why I say it's important to kind of figure out your budget before you search because it's not fun to get your hopes up and you can't get something that you want. And then the last step to purchasing a home is just finalizing the deal. Are you satisfied with your new potential home? You have to develop a down payment for your home. In most cases, it's 10 to 20% of the total house cost. So just think about the things that you need to do before actually moving into your home. Do you have the moving expenses to get to your new home from the home that you're already living in? Finalizing the deal is also very important. You don't want to sign your name across the loan or a lease or anything like that and you cannot commit to it or you don't love it. You have to make sure. So, again, you have to have your finances in order. That's step number one. You can't get nowhere without that. Set a budget and be realistic with your budget. Once you're realistic with your budget, find a home. That's step two. After you find your perfect home, have your down payment, save, and then finalize the deal. Those are the three steps, the three major steps to purchasing a home.